All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, trending gist lovers. Now, as all right, sorry, but excuse the noise because I have the family, the house is full. So right now you're gonna hear a whole lot of noise. That being said, my little one just busted in. Look, all right, go and take one lollipop, go. All right, so something to bribe the little one so we can do this. Trust me, today's show, a lot of Damburu Bashege is going on, okay? You need to see the insults and everything. But first of all, if you're just coming in, do not go anywhere because episode 5 is hot, okay? Give me a second, okay? I'm so sorry. Apologies, apologies. If you are a mom, if you're a parent, then you understand. I apologize, okay? I always try my best. Should add since on Friday, just cannot find the perfect time to come here and give you people a good review because I know a whole lot of you can are not watch. If you're just coming in, you're welcome. And I'm telling you, the insults and everything is going on. I'm so sorry because I wanted us to just get right in straight up. Episode 5 is lit. Okay, so if you've not watched the Real Housewives of Abuja, I'm telling you, go watch. And if you've been skeptical, you want to subscribe on Showmax because the show is only on Showmax. And you've been skeptical, if you don't know, it's going to be worth your time, your money, and all of that. I am telling you that it is worth it. Now, a whole lot of people felt like because the ladies are not that known, they will not give a good show. Trust me, they are giving it. Episode 5 is lit. Big and a mesa, Grigora. So a lot of the a lot like the ladies are giving it hot, hot, hot. Okay. That being said, let's dive right in. But let me touch down quickly on episode 4. So, because some of you might not have seen episode 4 and all of that, so I'd love to do a little bit of touchdown before we dive right into the main gist. All right. So, episode 4 was all about Tutu Pie's staycation. I believe by now you're used to the ladies and their names and all of that. So, it was all about the staycation and whatnot. So, all the drama that played out in the staycation, how the ladies felt and whatnot. So, this is episode 5 is now everybody talking about what happened at the staycation because at some point, some persons got angry and like, or just felt bored and all of that and left. So now they are out from the staycation place. So Tutu Pie is the center of discussion, but let me clear my throat. The shade, the insult. I'm just thinking, what part of the planet I'm in? I don't know. Please comment down below if you know when younger ones started using age as an insult to older people. Like, seriously, don't we all pray for long life? But I'm jumping. Let me pick up this. Okay, I have a little bit of a note today. Okay, not on my phone. I have notes. So we will start right about now. All right. So the show, episode 5 started with OJ Posharella, OJ Posharella, Comfort, and Arafa going for a game. What they call a ping pong game. I don't know what kind of game they were playing where they had to shoot and all of that, wear vest and all of that. So after playing the game, their team won as usual, right? There, the show people. So their team won. After all of that, they sat down on the floor on the grass. Beautiful place, everything. The yellow team, which happened to be their team, won, and the three of them sat down. Afterward, we're just talking and chatting. Then at some point, the OJ Posherella, like I said it in the beginning, I said this OJ Posherella is giving me Caroline Hutchins, I almost said Danjuma again, Carola Hutchins vibe. And I'm like, okay, let's see how this is going to play out. Everybody was like, OJ Pasharela is the cool one. OJ Pasharela. I'm telling you, OJ Pasharela is the gossip monger. Don't worry. I'm going to explain everything. You're going to get it. All right. So OJ Pasharela now turned to Comfort. Now, OJ Pasharela sitting, Arafa in the middle, and Comfort on the other side. OJ Pasharela turned to Comfort and said, have you briefed Arafa? Because Arafa had left earlier on the staycation thing. Okay. So Arafa didn't see everything that happened there. Okay. So OJ Pasharela asked Comfort, have you briefed him? And Comfort was like, no. And Arafa turned like, what happened? And Comfort said, I'm not saying anything. Like, what? What do you have I said anything to you? Or Arafa said no. And they said the person that is there asking for briefing should be the one to brief. So it went back and forth between Comfort and OJ Pasharela. OJ Pasharela telling Comfort to brief Arafa. Comfort is saying, I'm not going to say anything. I've seen her before. I didn't say anything to her. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. So they went back and forth, and Arafa was like, what is going on now? Is it now who's going to tell me and all of that? They laughed, and OJ said, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. So OJ Pasharela started giving us the download, what we did not see, or what Showmax did not show us in episode 4. Do you get? So after the party, if you watch episode 4, I have it on the playlist in the channel, so you can check it out if you want to catch up and refresh your memory on that. The pool party that all the ladies complained about when Tutu Pai brought her very young friends, and people were like, this lady, even Samantha said, Tutu Pai said she's out from the street, but she's still in the streets if she's still hanging around with such kind of persons, okay? Such kind of people. So everybody was thinking, okay, for Samantha to say something like that in confessional, Samantha will still keep her cool, be reserved, like the other ladies didn't want to mingle with those young dudes that Tutu Pai brought for her party. What we did not see in episode 4 is the fact that after that party at the poolside, they went out clubbing. Samantha and Tutu. Samantha, of all people, she that said Arafa is still in the streets. She was the same person that went out clubbing. The rest ladies stayed in the staycation place while both of them followed the Tutu Pai's friend and they went out clubbing. They came back later in the night. You remember at the beginning of the staycation, Tutu Pai talked about if you come late, you get the washroom, and if you come earlier, if you're the first to get there, you can get the room of the host. So that's why Princess was the first person that arrived in the staycation, even though Princess is always a late comer. So Princess took Tutu Pai, the hostess room, right? Which caused a problem where there was a brew and all of that. I'm kind of going back and forth, but I want you to kind of understand if you're just catching up on episode 5. So Tutu Pai ended up after her nagging, crying, dramatic. Comfort offered to share her room with her. So now Tutu Pai and Comfort shares one room. So when she went out clubbing with OJ, sorry, not OJ, Samantha, they came back and she said, and she went to knock on the door so Comfort can open for her to come in. When she came in, she told Comfort, man, I am drunk. So in the room was Comfort, OJ, and Princess. Tutu Pai came in with bundles of money, like they said, and Tutu started sharing money. They said Samantha went to her room, didn't shut the door, fell down. So they came in looking drunk, both of them. That's Samantha. And Samantha has said in episode 2 or 3 that she doesn't drink, she doesn't take alcohol. So the ladies were not understanding why both of them were coming back looking this way. And Tutu had said it with her own mouth to Comfort that she was drunk. So now Tutu Pai was not in this game place where they were, but OJ Posherella was downloading everything to Arafa. Okay. And then at some point, Comfort became defensive, like started defending Tutu Pai. Now remember, she's kind of mentoring Tutu Pai. So she said, okay, it's enough now. Let's stop talking about my mentee and all of that. So Comfort stood there defending her, not wanting them to talk too much, but OJ Posharella didn't hold back. OJ Posharella ran her mouth. If you want to see short clips about this thing I'm describing right now, go to Showmax on YouTube. You will find it. Okay. So the next is Tutu and Princess going for shopping. Okay. So they showed Tutu Pai and Princess at the mall. They wanted to buy some stuffs. And Christ. if you see what Tutu and Princess did to Jeruma, even if they give you Jeruma for 1 cent, you're not going to buy. It's not as if Jeruma has a perfect um, social media look, okay, if I put it that way. But the way these two dragged her, she wasn't even there. It's just Princess and Tutu that went for shopping. And then Princess started. That Jeruma, this one, that one, Tutu joined in. Tutu said, Jeruma looked like she was dead. She looked like somebody that died. She looked so white. And she looked like someone that died and just resurrected and came to teach the women about sex therapy and all of that. They washed Jeruma from head to toe. Nothing was actually left. And I was like, the bad mouth of Tutu and Princess is on another level. Like these two are making the show lit, lit, lit. I know that a lot of people might not agree. Big in a mess. Big in a mess. So I know that a lot of persons might not agree because they will feel like, okay, she's kind of, the ladies are kind of mean with the kind of things they're saying, but it's a reality TV show. So if you don't bring in the drama, the show will not continue. So anyway, they finished the both of them. They finished Jeruma. Okay, so after that, the next thing was OJ Pasharela meeting up with Samantha. Okay. All right. So they showed OJ Pasharela and Samantha in the car driving. They were going somewhere, I guess, talking, and OJ was like, "How are you doing?" and all of that. They kind of shared pleasantries and all of that. And then I think it was her conscience that was just pricking her. That's OJ Pasharela, because remember, she's the one that was talking yada 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 to everybody. So now it's a hot mess. Tutu Pai has heard what is happening, so something is cooking. And at this point, I believe OJ knows that something is cooking, because she knows that maybe Samantha, being the quiet type, might not be that confrontational, but Tutu would. So I think her conscience was kind of freaking out. So she was trying to protect herself a little bit and shield herself a bit by opening up to Samantha and telling Samantha that myself, Arafa, and Comfort, we went for, okay, blah yada yada. The topic of you people's partying and getting drunk and all of that came up. And Samantha turned and looked at her and said, "How did they know?" So who told them? She was like, "I don't know. The topic just came out and this is what I said. This is what I said." What Ojo Pasharela was telling Samantha in the car, that that's what she said, was absolutely not what OJ Pasharela said. Like, I was like, if you're gonna just say, "Come on, babe, own it, own your shit." If you're gonna run your mouth, own your shit. But no, Ojo Pasharela wasn't doing that. Ojo Pasharela was trying to make it look like it was actually Comfort that said a whole lot of things. Okay. So, but I think Samantha kind of coded, but Samantha is the quiet. Samantha is the kind of quiet type. So Samantha did not. Big mess. So Samantha is the quiet. Sorry, my little one will just keep interrupting. When I'm not doing stuffs like this on YouTube, she's just on her own plane and never interrupts. But once I sit in front of the camera, she wants to show herself. Anyways, all right. So I was like, oh my goodness. Now remember, when that was happening, it was actually Comfort that was defending Tutu Pai and saying that, "Please don't talk about my mentee that way," because she is supposed to be the mentor of Tutu Pai. But OJ twisted the whole thing to Comfort. But I think Comfort didn't buy it, because Comfort said it, "I'm so disappointed. If you had not mentioned anything, nobody would have known anything. Nobody would have said anything." And now Tutu Pai has already heard of the whole thing, and Tutu Pai is 100% pissed off. Like, Tutu Pai is vexed, and Tutu Pai and all. So let's see. So after the car scene was Arafa inviting Princess and Comfort to her home. This is where the drama started. This is where the hot mess started. So Arafa invited. Now, one thing I noticed is Arafa and Comfort, they're always together. Like I told you before, Comfort is the friend to Arafa's husband, and both of them are kind of close in age. They're the older ones in the show, so I kind of understand if both of them are always together. So, anyways, so Arafa invited Princess and Comfort to her home. They showed them. Princess arrived. They were sitting, chit chatting, talking. And Princess, being Tutu Pai's bestie, they've known each other for the longest. felt like she needed to say one or two things to the lady about what they said and how Tutupa is going to flare up. Like I said, these ladies sometimes what causes their big fights is always a little misunderstanding. I noticed the same thing in episode, was it episode 3 when Jeruma was there? What Jeruma said, I think the way they understood it is different from how what Jeruma meant anyway. But Jeruma, don't worry, we will get there. I don't even want to skip. So if you are watching this, either the replay or whatnot, watch till the end because episode 5 is bomb. It's the bomb is packed. Anyways, so they were talking, and Princess tried to, say that what they said about Tutupai, it's not cool. That Tutupai was not drunk. That is how Tutupai is, and all of that. So Comfort tried to explain herself, saying that I was not the one that said this. I only mentioned what Tutupai told me with her own mouth. When she knocked on the door in the staycation place, we shared a room. When she knocked on the door, I opened. The first thing that came out of her mouth was, I am effing drunk. So she said the person that was really talking was OJ, but Princess was not even getting it. She was like, Mommy G.O. Because Princess always refers to Comfort as Mommy G.O. Okay, because I think she feels like she's kind of reserved. Maybe she's older. Not Comfort is a biker. Okay, so if you've not been watching the show, with that alone, with the mohawk, with the biking thing and all of that. So her dress sense and every other thing is different, but the lady looks good. When you see her, you know that this lady is older in age, but the lady looks good. For her age, she looks good. Okay. So that was where Comfort got upset that now it seemed like the way you're saying this Mommy G.O. thing is now becoming an insult. And trust me, Princess is that person that doesn't know how to talk. Princess is that person that doesn't know how to have a reasonable argument, fight, without putting in all the F word and all the nasty words you can think of. So Princess went in, dragged Comfort, insulted her age, how she's old, this and that. Arafa just sat there. I feel like Arafa was caught off guard because from where the conversation went from 0 to 100, I feel like Arafa too missed it. Arafa missed that part. So she was just sitting there watching. So at the point, the insults coming out from, so Comfort was giving her back, okay? That's where you will hear some Hausa, okay? Like, I don't, not exactly what she said, some of that word, but she was banzai and all of that was flying up and down, okay? So Comfort was also, so the yada 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 was going, insult was going back and forth between the both of them. And Arafa now said, slow down, trying to calm them down. But and that was when Princess said, you hush. And I was like, what? One, this lady is older than you. Two, you are in her house. Three, she is the one hosting you. For you to disrespect her like that in her own house, are you out of your mind? And then you're the one talking about, I'm a lawyer. I got this degree in this university in UK. It doesn't matter how far and wide you've traveled. If you lack common sense, you lack common sense. And that's what I see with Princess. But for the show, she is giving it. But if this is how she is in real life, it is terrible. The way she shunned Arafa in Arafa's home was beyond me. Like, I was like, what's up, Princess? That was when the fight shifted from insulting Comfort, calling Comfort old and throwing shade, Mommy G, and everything to Arafa. The same. You are old. Your body is wrinkled. You're this, you're that. Princess washed Arafa. Arafa started to. Now that's how you are. Every time we'll be talking about something, that's how you go, woof, 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 like a dog that you are. And Arafa didn't hold back. Arafa said, yes, I'm old. I love it. I am an old woman and I love it. I'm rocking it. And I'm thinking, when does aging become something that you use to insult somebody? Because everybody's praying for a long life. Everybody wants to live long, okay? So when you see older people, you're like, oh God. And these are older people that are looking good. They are rocking their look. They are rocking their age, late 50s, early 60s or whatnot. They are rocking it. They still look very good. So I don't even understand why, maybe because Princess is in her 30s, and all of that, and they feel like, oh, these ones in their 50s, they're old cargos and whatnot. The ladies still have their vibes, okay? They still got their grooves. I'm talking about Arafa and Comfort. But anyway, Princess finished them. Okay. So anyway, even before that, let me see. So before I get to the last part of the fight where they walked her out from the home, Comfort had, when they started, before this whole argument became confrontational and all of that, Comfort had already invited the ladies to her home for a scent. You know, she's into this fragrance business and all of that. You remember she had given Tutu Pie in the staycation place, something like that to smell, and Tutu Pie was like, I don't know you do this. And she was like, I will invite you over, right? Anyways, so she had invited the lady, gave them a card, but the ladies weren't feeling the card. They felt like Comfort didn't even put any effort. Comfort didn't, like, it was just not cool. Anyway, but mostly Princess had a lot to say, but Princess was sitting right in front of Comfort when she was invited for this thing. She didn't say these things in front of Comfort. She was saying them in confessional, that this is tacky, and the fact that Comfort even included that they should come with their ATM card. So that means Comfort is expecting them to come to that event and also patronize her by purchasing her scents and all of that. And then she's giving them this tacky invitation and all of that. That she had a lot to say. Now let's go back to the fight. So now it's Arafa and her going back and forth. So Arafa stood up from the chair because they were sitting close together, the three of them. Arafa stood up from the chair. Arafa was pissed. Arafa was like, get the hell out of my house. Stood up on top of Princess's head, said, get the hell out of my house. When Arafa did that, Princess stood up, and they were like nose to nose, mouth to mouth, eye to eye, like head to head. And Princess said, I am not going to do that. I am not living here. Do your worst. That's the first time in my life that I'm seeing somebody walking you out. Like the person invited you to their home, and the person is walking you out of their home, and you sat there with your full chest, gidigba, telling the person, I ain't going nowhere. I was like, oh, Shele, he don't read. He don't read. Oh, Sanobua. So, and then Arafa wasn't having it. Arafa saw that she wasn't going. She was still cussing the hell out of Arafa, okay, calling her all the names in the book and out of the book. So Arafa said, I'm going to call the security on you. And Arafa did call the security. Walked from the sitting room, went to the corner where she has her landline, it's called, and called the security guard. And a security man, her gate man, according to Princess, came in, and the guy was telling Princess to leave, and Princess still did not back down. Princess, very long hair. Princess said, you walk in front of me, you go first. And Princess was like, oh, so it's even a megad, like it's a gate man, it's not a security guard. Is that what you're calling? Princess finished her in confessional. Like when Arafa said security, she was expecting to see a security man, not to see a megad, a gate man, okay? Someone that keeps the gate wearing this blue uniform. That's no security man, that's just a gate man. When the man told her to walk, she said, you walk in front of me. I'm not going to be in front of you. You will be in front of me. So both of them were arguing. The man was sitting there, and Arafa told the security guard that, please don't touch her. And at this point, Princess was still finishing them. Like she was still insulting and all of that. And that's how Princess had left. And really, that that was really a hot mess. Anyway, so let me see. All right, so after that, the next scene was Princess meeting up with Samantha, and they were going for pedicure, manicure, pedicure, and all these ladies' things, all those things that women do. All right, so Princess and Samantha met up and went for the pedicure. They were sitting down there, you know, at the place, and they were taking care of them, hands, legs, and all of that is being taken care of. And they started talking, okay? So Princess tried to explain some things to Samantha. But what happened in Arafa's home? But Princess, I feel like, was not, I don't know, you know, sometimes these shows, they will cut out some part and make the person look like either a liar or the person was reserving some comment or something. But that's how it looked. Princess wasn't telling everything that happened. For example, Princess did not say that she was, as in she was thrown out of Arafa's home. Princess did not mention that to Samantha. But anyway, they talked about the whole Tutu Pie thing. I told you this whole thing was centered around Tutu Pie, how Tutu Pie was drunk and this and that. Samantha talked about how she feels like Tutupa is going to really be fired up, and she didn't say anything and all of that. So if Tutupa is going to come for her, because it's both of them that went out grooving that resulted in this. So Princess Tutupa might be thinking that she's the one that told the ladies, she's the one that outed her, but she knows that she has not said anything to anyone, and she's just going to defend herself and tell Tutupa that whatever was said didn't come from her. Okay, so that was the conversation that they had. The next from that they showed us was OJ Posherella meeting up with Jeruma. I think they were going for like a tea stuff and all of that. So they met up at the tea place. Now, a lot of people had one or two things to say about Jeruma's look, but let me quickly, there's something I want to say, what I noticed. I feel like Jeruma's, from where they sat and where the showmax positioned their camera, the crew and everything, I think they did not really look at the place very well. So I think a reflection of something was actually on her. So that made her look somehow weird. But I loved what Jeruma was wearing, because after Jeruma showed there and we didn't see Jeruma anymore, I felt like, what is going on? I thought Jeruma is supposed to be on the show. You get? So why am I not seeing Jeruma? So when I saw her catching up, that's OJ Posherella. But then something else that happened is the fact that OJ Posherella in Confessional had said that Jeruma is her goddaughter, or she's mentoring Jeruma or something like that. I don't get it. I don't understand, because now why this is kind of confusing, I will explain. When Tutupai had invited Jeruma to come teach the ladies about sex therapy in that event, okay, in the staycation place. Remember, when Jeruma walked in, Jeruma was the last to arrive, and when Jeruma walked in, all the ladies went mute. And like I said, when we reviewed that episode, I was like, you could have had a pin drop. And I was like, it doesn't matter how you feel about someone online, meeting the person, give that person opportunity, okay, to see if the person is the same way that the person is online. So the ladies gave cold shoulder. Nobody acted like they know Jeruma. So now, fast forward, OJ Posherella, and OJ Posherella never said anything, even in their communication during the fight. OJ never said a thing. OJ didn't act like she knew Jeruma outside of the internet that everybody knows Jeruma, right? So now, fast forward episode 5, you are saying you're meeting up with Jeruma. We understand you're meeting up with Jeruma, but saying that she's like your goddaughter, you're mentoring her. What? I was like, what did we miss? But anyways, trust Jeruma and her bad mouth. I guess the reunion of this show is going to be bloody. Okay, it's going to be hot, 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 because people going to hear the things. People like even Comfort going to hear the things that people said about her, which we're going to get into. Trust me, it's going to be lit, 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 lit. According to Tutu, I was not drunk, I was lit. Because, anyways, back to what we're saying. Ojo Pasarela was meeting up with Ojo Pasarela was meeting up with Jeruma, and they were going for a tea stuff and stuff like that. So they got to the place. So a lot of people, like I said, they were complaining about her looks and all of that. I think Jaruma's look came from, I feel like a shadow or something was on Jeruma and all of that. But I loved what Jeruma was wearing. Jeruma wore all white from head to toe. Okay, Jeruma was giving us this big kind of, Arabian vibe thing, and then with headscarf wrapped properly like an Hausa girl. Okay, so I really loved what she wore. The whole drama going on with her outfit, she looked good. But I don't know, her makeup. Jaruma, please. In fact, Showmax, anybody watching that knows how to change the makeup artist for Jaruma. That person is doing a terrible job. Maybe the person hates her, or let me not say hate. Hate is a big word. Maybe the person dislikes Jaruma. Let me take a sip of water. I've been talking for a while. Energy back. Reviewing the show alone is a hot mess. Okay, so I can imagine what the ladies are going through. All right, so I feel like the makeup artist for Jaruma is not doing a good job. Anyways, so when they sat down, they were talking together, and I love the fact that, if you remember in episode 4, when the ladies were outside doing yoga, Princess had mentioned, when they all sat down, Princess had mentioned that the fact that Jeruma insulted all of them, and all the ladies sat down and said nothing. That was kind of somehow. So it was then that they were now trying to understand what Jeruma said and what and all of that. So I think that actually flew past some of their head, and some of them didn't even take it serious as much as the way Princess took it. So hence Princess was the one that went back and forth with Jeruma. Hence Jeruma left earlier. Left early because she was pissed. Now, after they reminisced on that during their yoga class, now when the Oji Pasharela is meeting up with Jeruma, Oji Pasharela decided to mention it to Jeruma and said, the ladies felt somehow when you had made that statement that you don't go out so much, and we are privileged to meet you, and we should not take you for granted just because we are meeting you and all of that. That actually made the ladies to feel some type of way. And Jeruma said, what? Did I lie? Of course, that's the truth. And did you see how the other one was talking to me? And OJ was like, who? And she said, the one with 8 subscribers. I was like, 8 followers online. I was like, what? Jeruma wasn't holding back. They showed OJ Pasharela in her confessional. OJ Pasharela, she was sitting right in front of Jeruma. She didn't say this to Jeruma's face. Showed her in confessional. She was like, OJ, she was like, Jeruma, watch your mouth. Like she knows that what she's saying is going to lead to another hot mess. Do you get? But anyways, I love the fact that Jeruma owned it when she told that's how you, like, if you're going to talk trash, if you're going to talk shit, own it. Do you understand? Own it. So I love the fact that she owned it and said, yes, I said it and I meant what I said. Okay, because to see me, and she went on explaining, breaking it down to OJ Pasharela. She said, to have a chat or something with me, you pay what, 500,000. To see me face to face, you pay, I think, 1 million, a bit 2 million, and all of that. Look, I was like, girl, bye. Like, I've not had this part before. So if you've bought Kaya Mata from Jeruma, if you've bought any of those products and all those things, please let us know. Does it cost 2 million naira just to see Jeruma, like to meet up with Jeruma? Does it cost 2 million to meet up with Jeruma and to have a chat with her? 200,000, or be 500,000, or be how much she mentioned? I don't even remember the figure right now, but it was some ridiculous price, okay? Fee she mentioned. Anyway, so I was like, okay, Jeruma is going to give it hot. I think they should be giving us more of Jeruma too. I think Jeruma should host the ladies too. I don't know why Showmax is doing what they're doing, but we're going to see how this is going to play out. And I think that was really, really fun. I'm trying to see where we are right now. Now this insult did not just end where Jeruma said that one that had 8 subscribers. She also went ahead and called the ladies peasants. Okay, when these ladies are going to watch and see that this is what Jeruma called them, peasants, I'm not sure how their reactions are going to be. Mostly Tutu and Princess, that is loud as hell. Now Jeruma is calling them 8 subscribers people, and the people peasant, like all of them peasants. Okay, so it is on. I'm just telling you, from episode 5, the drama is on. All right, so let's keep going. Let me see. Okay, so after that, the next they showed us is Comfort inviting Tutu to her home. Now remember, Tutu is fired up already, and I think most of the heat Tutu wants to pour it on Comfort, because I think Tutu is feeling like Comfort outed her because they shared the room and all of that. Even though she was not the only one, because remember, when she came in with a bundle of money, she gave Comfort, she gave Princess, and she also gave OJ. But Comfort was telling them that they should return the money back to her, because it seems like Tutu Pai was drunk when she gave them that money that she was sharing. So it is not nice that they keep the money. They should give it back to her. But Princess was like, no way, it's a gift and I'm going to keep it and all of that. So anyway, it seemed like she feels that Comfort is the one that is doing the whole thing. So anyway, Comfort invites her to her home. Then they show this lady. This lady finished Comfort Tutu finished Comfort. And to think that Comfort was the one defending her when OJ was running her mouth ratatatata in the presence of Arafa, I just don't get it. Sometimes it's just a hot mess, okay? You could be fighting so much for someone, giving everything you have, but that person will never see it or recognize it. You know, so when she invited her over, first of all, Tutu started complaining that now she has to travel. That's what she said. Now remember, this is the Real Housewives of Abuja. So I don't even understand if you're going to visit any of the ladies why you need to travel. But that's how Tutu made it look. Now, Abuja, I really don't know where you need to be on the road for 8 hours before you get to Abuja. That's like traveling from another state to another state. So it's simply, it's just trying to say that Comfort does not live in Abuja because she was complaining that she needs to literally travel for 8 hours to get to Comfort's home. And as she is going with basketballs. She is going with fire. She's going to be bringing down fire, lighting, brimstone, everything. Okay. So Tutu was fired up to give it to Comfort. Okay. So Tutu arrives at Comfort's home. She called Comfort's home shit. All of this she's saying in confessional. All the shade she's throwing, she didn't do it in front of Comfort. She was so cool and calm. And Comfort in her confessional even said it. That the way what she was expecting is not what she saw. That Tutu came in calm, so she's just going to keep quiet and allow Tutu to vent. And she's just going to explain herself. What Comfort doesn't understand is that Tutu has finished her in the confessional. Like even 5 kobo, you're not going to buy Comfort at this point. She insulted Comfort's home. She insulted everything about Comfort. She called Comfort old, like old cargo. Like you won't even believe the kind of things that's coming out of the mouth of Princess and Tutu concerning these two older ladies. Like everything, every insult must be centered around the women's age and everything else follows. Anyways, so she got there, they both sat down on the couch where she offered her juice. Princess said she loved the juice, she drank the juice, and then they started talking, and she was like, okay, she wants to, but Tutu explained herself and said, these are the things she heard and all of that. And Comfort allowed her to talk and explain and explain. And when she finished explaining herself, Comfort now said, so, but what is wrong? Like, why don't you just own it? And she was like, own what? Like the narrative that is being put out there is not the correct one. So why should I own it? And and I think Comfort was coming from, remember she had said when she was defending Tutu when Tutu was not even there, she said, don't talk about my mentee like that. So I think Comfort still sees herself as a mentor and someone that is mentoring Tutu, because Tutu had talked about the bad relationship, and when they asked her, she said it happened only once. I don't really think that that's the reason why Tutu behaves the way Tutu behaves. I think this is just Tutu, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the abusive relationship that she has been in. Okay, because if this thing just happened just once and you left and all of that, you had to defend yourself. A whole lot of people have been in abusive relationship. They come out and they treat people better, because I believe the way they were treated in that relationship, they didn't like it, and they will not want to dare treat anybody they meet in this life the way Tutu is treating other people. So miss me with that story. I don't accept it that because somebody treated you bad, you have to treat every other person in this life you meet bad also. If you didn't like the way you were treated, then you should know better not to do it to someone else. That's just my take. But anyways, so Comfort was telling her to own it, okay? And Comfort now said, but you came back, knocked on the door. I opened the door because we shared a room. She said yes, and she said, what was the first thing you said to me when you came in? You said, Comfort, I am effing drunk. That was the first thing you said. So these were your words. You said it. And she said, no, I was not drunk. I'm always like that. And then Comfort now asked her, if you were not drunk, so then well, what were you? And she said, I was lit. I was not drunk. That was when they showed her in confessional. From there, where she said I was lit in presence of her, they showed her in confessional. She was like, you old cargo, mind your damn effing business. This place that looks like shit. I literally had to travel 8 hours. Yada, 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 yada. She finished. She washed that lady, as in from head to toe. Nothing else was left. Comfort cooked for her, made a meal. Then she ate. She still bashed her when she was eating the food. She didn't say anything in presence of Comfort. They were having a normal conversation and all of that and eating. They showed her in confessional. Tutu said there is no way a lady that is so bitter like Comfort will be able to cook food as good as this. Remember now, she's also a chef. Tutu is a chef. Tutu's a cook, loves cooking and things like that. So she said there's no way someone as bitter as Comfort could make a food this nice. And that's not it, that it's not possible. And remember, she also complained about the sense about her home, how it was like a hospital, how Comfort's home was so horrible and it looked like a hospital, how the scents, the fragrance, and those things she sells also smells like hospital. So I was just sort of like, what the hell, man? Babe, slow down. It's not that serious. Just calm the effing down. But anyways, that was that. So then Comfort now invited her to come back to her home for the scent stuff that she had already invited the other ladies, that Princess had already washed her. So Comfort now invited her to come back to her home. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything, because I want to give you the full downloaded trip on your share. Yeah. You said you're effing drunk. Okay. All right. So Comfort invited her to come back when all the ladies will be here, because she has already invited them for her event, her scent event, and all of that. The one that Princess was complaining about. So Comfort said, she said, you can come back then, all the ladies will be here, and you can confront, you can table it in front of everybody. You can confront whomever you want to confront and whatnot. We can all settle it and be cordial once more and all of that. So Tutupai agreed in front of Comfort, was like, that's a good idea. Yes, it's a good one. Then they showed her in confessional again. Like, I don't understand why these ladies would not say what they want to say to your face, but you see them in the confessional, they will wash the hell out of you. Like, I feel like when these ladies watch this show and see what people are saying about them, like what they're saying about each other in confessional, they're like, what the heck? It's like the coward move that was just going was just too much. But anyways, the reality TV show, so they have to make it in a way that more drama plays out so the show keeps going. Anyways, she finished Comfort, that now she had to literally travel 8 hours to get to Comfort's home. And now Comfort is inviting her to come back again to this shitty place that looks like a hospital, smells like a hospital, and to scent those her fragrance that are terrible, that smells like hospital, that, all of that, yeah, yada, 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 yada. Finished Princess and finished Comfort, called her old cargo, dragged her age and everything. Okay. And then Tutu ate the food. Okay, yes. Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see what next. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Enjoy the food. Let me see what else. What's the okay, let's see. All right. So Comfort invited Tutu to come join her to play golf, right? So Tutu left and went and invited Princess. So now Comfort said she's going to play golf with Arafa. Now she's inviting Tutu, because Tutu is in her house, right? So come, let's go golfing together on so day and all of that. Tutu said, okay, no problem. I will join you people. And then Tutu left and Tutu brought with her Princess. Now remember, Princess already had her glass balls in Arafa's home, insulting and washing Arafa and Comfort. And now Comfort is inviting Tutu, and Tutu is bringing along Princess. And I feel like this is just planned. I feel like the fight that is going to go on is going to be something else, okay? So then they showed Princess, they showed her, they pulled up, and Princess came with a policeman, a mobile police. Okay, from what I saw, he was wearing, that's a mobile policeman with her, and she said she is going to show Arafa what a security man looks like, not that megad, not that megad, and not that gate man that she referred to as a security guard, that she is about this life and Arafa is not about this life. So she's going to show her how it is done. Okay. So we know that it is going down. That was where episode 5 ended. So what we are expecting is episode 6. It is going to be lit because I know that definitely there's nobody still going to be in that place together golfing, and after golfing, except they're just going to golf, and afterward they're just going to leave immediately. They're going to sit down to have like a drink or something. It is going to be lit. Or even the moment they walk in, I know that that golf there's going to be seen, and they will always show us what's next. So we see the fire boiling. And OJ saying that she doesn't know, in her confession, that she said she doesn't know how she ended up in the middle of all of this. I was like, OJ, please stop. Don't even go there. Please stop. Please stop. You ran your mouth. You said things you weren't supposed to say. Arafa was not supposed to know anything that happened after the pool party because she had left. You decided to table the matter, even when Tutu was not there playing that game with you people, and you went on running your mouth. And I think Samantha even noticed it, that you are the one that started the whole thing. Now you're trying to blame it all on Comfort. So I think when all the ladies will meet, it will be lit, and this golfing is going to be golfing. So that brings us to the end of episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Abuja. I'm telling you, the show is lit. Okay, according to Tutu, she said she wasn't drunk, she was lit. So I think the show is going to be fire from this episode 5 on. There's not going to be any dulling moment like all those times where they will just have dry and boring gist in the beginning and all of that. It is coming out really good. So if you've not been watching, if you've not subscribed, the show is only on Showmax. So yes, you can go on their site and find out all the information. Showmax is not paying me, so I don't have to do all that advert for them anyway. But the show is only on Showmax, so yes, I guess you have to download their app and their thing, and somehow get the stuff. Okay, there's a procedure, there's a process you need to go through. But if you want to see those shorts, 0 point something like short, like YouTube shorts, they post it and they are here on YouTube. Just type in their name, Showmax, and you will find it. They have the Real Housewives of Abuja going on now, and the Real Housewives of Nairobi is going on too, and it is also lit. So if you want to see short clips, you can go on their site and you're going to see all of that on YouTube. I say on YouTube, their channel, and you can watch those 0 0.15 seconds, 0 0.20 second clips of Showmax, telling you what to expect from their different shows that is going on and all of that. But I think the Real Housewives, so far, kudos to the late. It's a hot mess. I don't like most of the fights going on, but for a reality TV show, and the fact that the ladies were not known, at least the Real Housewives of Lagos were very popular people. So we see them a lot on social media. So somehow I think people were expecting some kind of drama based on the combination that was going on. Okay, even from the beginning. For example, when I saw Laura, I was like, okay, it's going to be lit because her sister is a blogger, and a lot of people are going to hate her because of her sister, and all of that. So the combination was something there. Tiana, the fashion crazy lady, and all of that. So this was expected. But with these ladies that they are not so popular, with 1,000 of followers online and 2,000 following on all of them that most of them have, I think people were not expecting this litness of the show, but it is lit. It is lit. So watch it. If you want to subscribe, go subscribe. You are not going to regret it because the ladies are serving it hot. Okay. So thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I saw most of you coming in and out. You don't say hello. I won't know who you are. I won't know who's watching and who's not watching. But I say thank you to everybody that came in as I was talking. I see y'all coming in and out, because I can see the numbers going up and down, and all of that. I say thank you all very much. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. God bless you. And for those of you that are going to watch the replay, which I know most people watch the replay, so hence I still keep this going. Okay, even if I'm streaming and I don't see much people, I know that by the time I sleep and I wake up, people would have catched up with the show. I see the views, and I was like, okay, people kind of like it. They watch it afterward, but maybe because I don't have a particular time that I go live, or particular days, so people don't know when I'm going live, so they don't know when to catch up. So they always just come back to check the channel to see if I've posted something new about the Real Housewives. And it's going to keep going. So I say thank you all so much that are going to watch the replay. God bless you. I'm super grateful. And if you are watching, if you love the Real Housewives, then subscribe, turn on your notification. If you love my review, let me know. If you want to jump in and do the analysis with us, if you watched, you, or even if you didn't watch, but from what we are saying, you have one or two things to talk about. When you see us live like this, just let us know. I'm using StreamYard, so I am able to drop links, and you can jump on the links and also let us know what your take is concerning the show. But that being said, that brings us to the end of episode 5, and see ya when we review episode 6. But that being said, sorry our normal news and all of that is going to be on the channel. Okay, it's trending gist with Octavia Cora. Okay, all right, so our normal news will be on the channel. Check out our shorts where we keep you updated on celebrity gist, world news, and all the hot gossip that you need to know, and all of that. So subscribe, turn on notification, and thank you very much. 50 minutes, great. That was fast. I'm trying my best to see how I can make them even shorter so people are able to catch up. Because when it's 1 hour, people are like, oh my goodness, I have to sit down and watch all of this. So yeah, I'm glad. Thank you all so very much. God bless you. And this is me signing out. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, everyone.